Hi guys, I hope everyone's good. Welcome to our second episode. Through the Eyes podcast, Impaired Hearts. Today we're going to speak about relationships with your two hosts, Joel and Imi. So yeah, man, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy this topic that we're going to speak about today, relationships. I hope you guys are going to also benefit from this. So yeah, man, what you saying?
So the first question that someone asked was, how many years you think that a person should pop the question? I mean, how many years you think the person should pop the question?
How many years?
Yeah.
I feel like it would depend, you know, in the sense of I feel like it depends on how do you guys feel like the relationship is progressing. Do you know where I'm coming from? I don't feel like it has a time frame in it. It could be within 2 years. It could be within 3 years. It all depends on the relationship within itself. Do you know where I'm coming from? I would say don't rush into popping the question. You should be able to take time and get to know that person throughout the years. And then when you guys feel like you're ready, then obviously pop the question.
How can I say it? At the end of the day, when we start to think about relationship, we've got to understand why we get into relationships. What are we pursuing in a relationship? Because before, when we were younger, it's like we come from, it's not something that is, well, it is something that is installed into us, but it's from low self-esteem. Do you understand what I'm saying? Something where at the end of the day, where you haven't broke the barrier within yourself. So that means like, for example, throughout your whole time, remember you got to go to school, you got to go home, you got to obey the rules. So it's something that you have to, it's something you have to break out of. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I mean break out of, it's something that you have to go look out for yourself.
So
Do you understand?
So what would you say? When would you say is the best time for you to pop a question?
It's not even about popping a question, because we've gone through years where you pop 100 questions. You go through different relationships, you go through different tasks. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's how can I say it?
But you need to understand this as well, bro. You know, nowadays people are going to get into a relationship, innit?
Yeah.
And the relationship they're going to get into, they're going to obviously want it long term. So they're going to be sometimes thinking, you know what, if I'm going to be with this guy long term, maybe 3 years plus, is he ever going to pop the question?
But what do they look for in a man? Because that's one big thing. At the end of the day, it's all in the mental. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The person you're looking for is to suit what needs you have. So what kind of needs do you have within yourself? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you may have a need for this and someone could be completely different. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, totally.
You may have a need, for example, or God, and this guy may have a need for something else. Do you know what I'm saying? We like to feel like at the end of the day, God is there to control everything, or we have a feeling that he is near. Do you understand? But it's one thing in life where we don't understand that when you start to receive God, then everything starts to channel different. At the first, in the beginning, it's like we have to go reach out for stuff, and we have to start to test our abilities around everything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No,
you have to test your abilities around. So for example, you may see a girl like, for example, you may have been a shy person. If someone paid interest to you, it will enlighten you. You know what I'm saying? It'll build up your confidence.
That's the thing.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's something where you haven't built self-confidence within yourself or self-love within yourself yet, because you're not really aware of that yet. You're not really aware of all of that stuff there, of your appearance yet, until you start to see other people going to test out different stuffs.
I also feel like, you know what, a lot of people, they're so quick to love others, like get into a relationship and be like, I love this person, but it's like they don't love their self first. They don't show self-love within their self. So I feel like it's really important to, before you love someone else, love yourself first. You can be confident within yourself.
But when we talk about self-love, what is self-love to you?
Self-love, bro, self-love to me is being able to love yourself. Do you know where I'm coming from? Being able to love, being able to appreciate yourself. Do you know where I'm coming from? Don't feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people nowadays, they don't love themselves too much. They don't have self-love within themselves, man.
You see, you can't have self-love until you know God. Do you understand what I'm saying? What self-love is, what we feel like is self-love, isn't self-love. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because, for example, you haven't found the ability to how can I say it? You haven't found it. Like, you see self-love, like, for example, you may feel like, oh, maybe I need to give my love to this one to find myself, to feel happy. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's at that moment where you could be like, because, how can I say it? There's so much things in self-love. For example, you could be going through a different chapter in life, where you don't feel love within yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? You may want a kid to someone else, that's self-love. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone will be like, oh, I don't feel happy within my life. I need something to cover it to make me happy. They go get money. That's a different self-love. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone has a different reason of self-love. So at the end of the day, when you're going to look out to go reach to someone or go to love someone, you got to understand what their self-love is. Not many people know what self-love is. Do you understand? So not a lot of people will be aware to what to teach you what self-love is. Do you understand?
It's true, and that's the thing. And I feel like a lot of people lack self-love in it. They don't know the true meaning behind self-love.
And self-love is loving God, but also self-love is learning how to obey your parents and understand your parents, because these are your first love. Do you understand? We go outside to go look for life, but at the end of the day, our life is our parents. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're the ones that created you. If you went outside and you had something wrong with you or something happened to you, you need to recharge in life. You understand? You need to understand from the basics, and these are the basics. Do you understand? If you don't know how to love your family or love your parents or love anything else, what makes you feel like you could go outside and go find love?
And that's the thing. That's why I feel like people seem to fail to understand. Like, you need to also know how to love your family. Do you know where I'm coming from? Because if you can't show your family love, what makes you think you're going to be able to show your partner love? So it all starts from home before you're able to get into a relationship.
Structure.
Exactly.
You need a structure.
You need to make sure you follow the structure.
Because before we go out, it's not structured. We're not structured. Do you understand what I'm saying? You may have friends. You may have things. Oh, go do this way. Go do that way. But after later on in life, stuff becomes meaningless. You start to do stuff that you feel like, oh, okay, let's do this because my friend done this. Oh, I need to do this. And it'll be like, oh, do you know what I mean? Oh, I get aroused from it because it builds you. Do you know what I'm saying? It builds you. But what you're not understanding is that when you're doing that, you're just building sins for yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? You may feel like you're finding confidence. That's not confidence. You are you when you didn't know who you are. Do you understand? Because your eyes are still innocent. Yeah. Do you understand? Your head is still clean. So you have not explored the world yet. Well, you may feel like, oh, you know, when you're there and you're shy and you just used to do minimal stuff, that is you. Do you understand? Because you was under your dad's head. You was under your mother's head. You used to obey the rules. When you go outside and you start to go touch stuff, the stuff that you're not meant to touch, it boosts your confidence to feel like, oh yeah, this girl told me this girl told me that. Oh yeah. But do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But later on in life, you do it 1,000 times, your eyes start to become blind. You no longer pay attention to what you're meant to be paying attention to. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Life becomes blurry. You feel like everything is for you when it is not for you. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
you start to drift away from what is meant to be right. We live in a world where now sex is so normal, everything is so normal. It's something that's been talked about everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
Would you what's your opinion on boyfriend and girlfriend moving houses together, living together? What do you think of it? Like, what's your input on that? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's best for you to maybe get into marriage and then move in with your partner? Do you feel like you should be able to move in with your partner when you feel like you're stable, you're in a better place in your life? What's your input on that? What do you think?
You got to remember, at the end of the day, everyone's different. Before you can move into your parents, I advise you to understand, because one thing in life, when you walk out the door, sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm building my confidence. But what one thing you didn't analyze that you don't have a structure. So now, one thing in life you got to remember as well, girls, it's harder for girls as well.
100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? You need to understand and listen to your parents to have a structure for you to live outside. Also, there's many more things outside that you're not aware of that could drag you somewhere else that you do not know about. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't know what to look out for or what way to... So, for example, when you don't have a structure, like, you see, sometimes you may, like, when you don't have a structure, you don't know how to posture yourself. You don't know how to...
How can I say? You don't know how to...
give yourself to other people to show how people should visualize you. Like, when you have a structure, like, you see when you go outside, your structure becomes like everyone else's structure.
Yeah.
Your pain becomes like everyone else's pain.
Mm-hmm.
Your misunderstanding becomes everyone.
Your happiness becomes everyone else's happiness.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you have a structure, it's something from your family.
Yeah. So it's a set structure that you have to always
follow.
Your
family. So you'll know in this way, my family acts like this.
Yeah.
So when you go look at other people's families,
it's like you wouldn't really want to pick up any traits from their family.
Traits from that family,
because it's like you already got a set structure
of
that you follow.
Structure. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, for example, that's what I say. Like, even when you walk outside and you go to test new things, it's sinful, because at the end of the day, you're not understanding. For example, if you came from a godly structure where everything's clean and you live a clean life, do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You'll know this is not good and this is not bad. But when you start to walk out and feel like, oh yeah, I need to go do this and do that, and that stuff starts to please you, you'll start to become blind. So you start walking to people's houses. For example, the mothers will be speaking about this and that, but to you, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is fun. It's transparent to you, innit? Because they're so open to it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's your needs, you'll start to like it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It makes sense.
What they're teaching you, you'll start to like it. Do you know what I'm saying? You'll start to going around like, oh, why is this so easy? Why do they speak about it easily? But you're not understanding that some people in life never obeyed the parents' rules.
That's the thing, and it's true.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's true.
Everyone leaves the house for different reasons.
Yeah.
Everyone leaves the house because at the end of the day, no one's the same.
Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own personality. Everyone comes from they all come from different backgrounds you can come from. So I feel like
we are relatable to each other through each other's pains and each other's misunderstandings. Like, he went through this. I feel him for that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand that for that. You feel like when you're at your lowest esteem and your lowest self, it feels like you can help the person. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's where it goes wrong. That's where the misunderstanding comes from. Because at the same, when you're at your lowest self, you can't even provide for yourself.
No, that's
true.
But
it gives you the heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you don't know. That's what I tell you. Like, some people don't know what self-love is. Some people don't know what that is yet.
Yeah, and I guess as time goes by, they're going to have to obviously learn what's the real definition of self-love, because like you said, a lot of people just feel like self-love is just loving yourself, right? Yeah. That's what people feel like, innit? But it's like, okay, loving yourself is not a problem, but you have to also know how to love God. You have to also know how to love your family. Yeah. So it all starts at home before loving yourself. Do you know where I'm coming from? So people just have that definition of, self-love is, I got to love myself more. I got to do this more. But, there's more to it. Yeah. There's more to it. Do you know where I'm coming from? So, yeah, man, like you said, it's right still. It's important. You need to love God, know how to love your family, and then maybe that self-love can come after.
Because if you're a person behind doors and you're there, you get aggressive to your family. That's not really you. It don't make sense. It's a false perception, like it's a false look. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's true. That's the thing. So yeah, man, it's really interesting, self-love.
But personally, I don't feel like you should go move in with a partner. Not within time of early times, because at the end of the day, you got to remember everyone is different. Sometimes you may be like, oh, this is goals, but all they do is have sex. All they may have YouTube goals. They may have these type of goals.
Let me be honest with you. Now everything you see on social media right now everything is goals. Yeah, you're coming from. So if a couple moves in together, it goes. If a couple recently we've been seeing Cardi B and Offset. Yeah, you're coming from. They broke up, apparently gonna get divorced. Yeah. Next thing you know, they're on Insta Live or cuddly. You're coming from. To people, they think that's goals, but I don't think that's really goals. You need to stop focusing on the things that you see on social media and focus on you and your partner learning how to build with each other. Do you know where I'm coming from? Yeah. So I feel like boyfriend and girlfriend moving in, I feel like that's too soon personally. I feel like you need to take time, get to know that person, and when you feel like maybe you guys are in a better place, you can maybe take that into consideration, or just wait till marriage. Yeah. There's no point rushing into it. Yeah. Because when you rush into things, they don't last. Yeah. You have to build. You have to learn how to build. So I feel like it's really important. So
how do you learn how to build?
What, with you and the partner?
How do you learn how to build?
How do you learn to build with yourself? Yeah. You just have to follow a structure, I guess, innit? Follow a structure, set yourself some aims and goals.
So what
that
is
you
a
would
structure?
like to. Bro, it's a structure can be, you can have one routine, a routine that you always follow, and you make sure, you know what, this is a routine that I'm going to follow. So for example, prayer. Yeah. That could be a part of your structure. You know what? I'm going to make sure I pray every single day. Okay, go and work. I'm going to make sure I go work every single day. Do you know where I'm coming from? Yeah. spend time with family. It's a set structure, bro, that you just follow every single day. It's a routine.
So
it's like a routine.
You see, these days within life,
Yeah.
like we live in a very fearful life. Like it's a reverse life these days.
Mm.
Like a man is no longer a man that provides. It's something that girls fear.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something that girls fear, where they do not trust a man no more.
Mm.
Truthfully, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But why is that?
Why? What? Why do you think it's that?
Why do girls fear men?
Bro, I feel like there's a lot of reasons behind it, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of reasons behind it. I feel like some girls can feel intimidated, innit? Because they might feel like, you know what, because this guy's always providing, you know, I don't want him to always come on top type of thing. Do you get coming from? So some girls could feel threatened by that.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Some girls might always want to be on top. If you're a girl where you always claim, you know, you're independent, you're always doing this, and you're with a guy that's always hardworking, he always goes out, he's always working hard to strive. Fam, to certain girls, they might feel like, no, this is a threat. I can't be with a guy like this. I can't be with a guy that works.
I feel like at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
the world gave a perception that boys are better.
Mm-hmm.
Girls want to be like men, but they don't know how to be like
They don't know how to be like man, innit?
But one thing in life, a woman, like for example, a woman can't walk. A woman. Let me tell you something. A woman can walk, but one thing you gotta understand in life, that the things that they walk, you can see that a woman is strong.
Yeah, she's very, very strong.
You can see a woman strong. These days, women are dominating, but it's for like the wrong reasons within life. These are the arts that the world has given them. This is not an art where a man has given them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So, okay.
It's not a man.
Let's get this straight. So what are you basically trying to say? Are you trying to basically say for a girl to walk in life, she needs a male figure?
She'll always need a male figure.
She always need a male figure.
Because let me tell you so one thing. Girls can be doing so great in life. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I put down 100%. Girls could do always great thing, but there's always a point in life when they want comfort, or there's always a point in life where they could be doing great and then they want someone just to cover their eyes so they can feel happy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's where the role comes in, like when the role comes in. Do you know what I'm saying, of a man. But when you're going to look for a man, like what are you looking for within a man?
That's
because a girl doesn't know the answer.
Do you feel like some of these girls don't take time and look at the things they look for in a man?
I don't think it's that. I don't feel like they take time. I feel like...
Do you think they take time, or do you
because
think...
at the end of the day, they're built to learn. You get a man, something, you marry, you sit.
Of course.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you don't know, in this world that we live in, if you pick a wrong man, you understand, you make yourself dirty. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Very true.
You pick a wrong man and his head is everywhere. Your head, because at the end of the day, your head has to connect to them.
Of course.
So if they love you, like that's what I tell you, flirting and doing all of this stuff and like bring yourself to a man and, do you know what I'm saying? And doing this loving stuff is it's not, do you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't do it, because at the end of the day, when your head connects, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're now connected to the man. Do you know what I'm saying? If the man hasn't got a strong head, you understand? A still mind. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're not going to be still as well, innit? Because at the end of the day,
still.
Your partner is a reflection of yourself.
Of yourself.
If you've got a partner that's got the right mindset, they know what they're doing, and they're still, you're going to be still as well.
So when you say like they know what you're doing, like what do you mean by know what you're doing?
Know what they're doing, like in the sense of like, they're focused within their life, innit? Like, okay, cool, they've got a plan that they follow within their life. So for example, the guy might be ambitious, might have a good job, a good future ahead of him. He's with a girl now. Obviously, the girl can learn some stuff from him. Do you know where I'm coming from? So things like that. You come from things like that. I feel like things like that is really important, man. When you're in a relationship, it's very important as well to be with someone that you're on the same page. You're not gonna want to be with someone where you guys are on the wrong page. Shut up, why? Because you're both gonna clash.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that you and your partner know how to get along. Make sure there's communication, there's love, there's affection, there's God in the center of the relationship. Do you come from God? That's very important. You see today, within a lot of these relationships,
there's no God.
There's no God. And
do you know what it is?
when there's no God,
the thing is, they rush into sex.
Bro,
do you understand what I'm saying? And one thing in life where we learn is like to put sex first. People feel like if you have sex, it's like the biggest key. But one thing that's doing is knocking God off. Because
Exactly.
you can't find that.
And then what does that happen? What happens that when you knock God off, it's opening doors.
So they feel like, you see when girls, when they do these interactions and all of this stuff, they may feel like, oh, maybe because the pleasure wasn't good, then that man isn't good. Yeah. But one thing in life you got to understand is, when you start to know God, like life is like, you don't need sex a lot. Do you understand? Life is meant to be built for you two to go on a journey, to walk. Do you understand? You put God first. Sex is nothing. Sex is meaningless. Do you know what I'm saying? You go do it anyway. Afterwards, you're like...
after that, it's back to normal.
Do you understand? It's back to normal. So it's not something that is pleasurable all the time. Like, girls will be like, oh, for example, I faked it. Do you know what I'm saying? Sex is not meant to be something. Sex is something, for example, you've walked in a journey with life with a girl. Yeah. And since you've walked within that journey and both of you know God, you have the will to bring in a kid so he could walk in the right way with you lot. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So you could walk in the right way with you lot. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like breeding. It's like humans are meant to have breeding seasons. Do you know what I'm saying? So for example, I've walked this far within life, 2 years with you without nothing. Okay, we could bring in a kid. You release, okay, you have sex, you release a kid and you put yourself back into God and you keep walking. You see how animals provide themselves? Yeah. They go about their day, and when it comes to breeding seasons, they breed. But it's not about all the sex. Do you know what I'm saying? It's about how we could provide in this life before we can bring something in it.
So do you feel like a lot of people nowadays, do you feel like they focus on the wrong reason, the wrong things in relationships?
They focus on the wrong thing. But listen, at the end of the day, everything has to be through God. If you don't know God, like for example, you see when people have sex, or for example, they go out in a relationship, they'll be like, oh, the relationship's just, I don't know what happened.
Why do you think
it knocked off? It knocked off.
It's because there's no God in the center relationship.
No God. But even when the relationship knocks off, that is a time for you lot to build, to have that knowledge, to build, to get your life on the path as one.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. 100%.
When you're having sex, you're not really focusing, because at the end of the day, what you're doing, you're just saying, oh, for example, you're flirting. Yeah. It's like flirt. That's why I tell people in life, like, don't flirt. Do you understand what I'm saying? Life, you gotta understand. Life to a girl, you have to speak to her like a brother, like a sister. You understand? They gotta understand your journey and understand your walk. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not something where you have to cover her eyes. And for example, girls like men that have mistakes, a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and they learn from the mistakes as well.
Obviously. But they don't like a man that doesn't have a mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they want to build with the person, and that's the mistake within life right now. So they want to feel like, okay, this is how it works out. They feel like, okay, we argue, we mess up. That's life. That's not life. You put God you put God in the middle and you walk. Life already is already a headache. Do you know what I'm saying? There's going to be so much stuff thrown at you, but it's how much you guys grow strong together to keep one head. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Many things are going to come distract you. Kids, a lot of stuff. Life. But as long as you got one head, they'll protect you in a thing. When people have sex and that, it's like, how can I say it? It's like, oh, I don't feel like I'm attracted to him no more. Listen to you. It's not about a pill. Your girlfriend could be like, you see, when you know God, you will start to learn that you have a walk in life. What people meant to tend, like this world is basically built you to do, is to make sure that you don't have a walk. So you'll go for like a dream, like, oh, I need to just go for like a normal job, or I need to go like do a YouTube or something. That's maybe something. But in life, everyone has a walk. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, the same way that your mum's walked here to give you life, something that you have to build now and give yourself life. But everyone's forgot about that. Do you know what I'm saying? So God gives you the allowance for a man to walk. Do you know what I'm saying? But when you walk, when you start to allow that within yourself, do you know what I'm saying? Then you will know your self-worth. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you build that structure with God, God will show you a structure to be still. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you're still, that's when you'll know the real thing, you'll know what you want in a wife. Do you know what I'm saying? A wife is a wife. You understand what I'm saying? Because in this life, like at first, when your low self-esteem is like, this is just flesh and meat. When you're at your low self-esteem, if a pretty girl came to look at you, she said like, oh, you're kind of nice. Do you know what I'm saying? Or something, you'll be like, there'll be so much overwhelming, like, oh my gosh. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Oh my gosh. She likes me. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They could, it's not trick you, but they can sweeten you.
They can sweeten you.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Obviously, because you haven't got a walk.
Exactly. But whereas when you have a walk and you're still, then you won't let things like that affect you. Do you know where I'm coming from?
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're focused.
But a man always has to be in front of a girl. But one thing in life now, girls like to push themselves in front of a man.
Bro, it's because a girl just likes to be dominant, bro. That's
But
what
you
it is.
can't be dominant.
I know, but that's
a woman like that is not understandable. A woman like that is a person that ain't followed rules or ain't followed parents' understandings. Do you know what I'm saying? A man always has to be a dominant.
Bro, I guess.
Do you understand?
I guess nowadays in this generation, a lot of girls just want to be
But
independent.
that's one thing. The generation has turned around. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We're living in a world where life is upside down. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What is bad? Like what is bad is treated as good.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? What is good is treated as bad. I promise you now, if a good-hearted man came, the world will treat him bad. But if a bad person came and he said he's trying to do good, people will praise him, because at the end of the day, we're living in a world of people saying, oh, we're not perfect. We're all not perfect.
But you know when people say, you know, oh, we're not all perfect, like people need to stop trying to use that line. Do you know where I'm coming from? Like with people have been using that line for so many years. Oh, but I'm not perfect, but
do you know how much things that are not perfect in this world?
Yeah.
Like I always say, you got to be perfect to see what is not perfect. Do you understand?
Yeah, 100%.
When you can't see, when, like, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are not perfect, everything is not perfect.
Yeah.
There's so much things in this world that you cannot see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's so much things where a lot of stuff where people come to do bad to you. You understand? Wherever there is good, there is bad.
No, it's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's good girls and there's bad girls. Sometimes we're not focusing on the art, what a girl brings to us. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes these arts are evil arts where where it's been brought in. Whatever is in this book, the Bible, is always going to be here. Do you know what I'm saying? No matter whatever the cost.
Mm-hmm.
How a girl moves from today is never changed since from thousands of years.
It's been
BC.
It's been written, like, you know, it's been
Do you know
written.
what I'm
It's
saying?
been passed on for years, isn't it? Like,
But a woman, you understand? You understand?
mm.
A woman is a man. Do you know what I'm saying? A woman has to be like a man. Do you know what I'm saying? But a woman can only be a man. Like, you see, a main role of a woman cannot walk, but if a man teaches her, she can walk.
Mm.
A woman cannot walk, but if a man teaches her, she can hold it for the next man, so the next man can walk. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A woman is a woman. If a woman does not obey, then she is a woman. Do you know what I'm saying? A woman will be a woman that is here to distract you in life.
What's the next?
Mouth is sweet. Like it says here. Wait, hold on. How can I say? Hold on 1 second.
Oh, that's cool.
Now we're gonna get into this. Wait, we're gonna get into this because this is.
It's a good
Yeah,
topic
man.
in it. So I
Good
hope
topic.
the viewers are gonna learn from it. You're coming from, and
Okay.
you know, girls, just make sure you don't rush into relationships, man. Take time. Make sure you focus on yourself. Make sure you're in a better place. You're coming from within yourself, and then you can maybe think about relationships. Same with guys as well, man. Take your time in finding a female, man. You don't want to rush into relationships. You get me? Take your time. Get me? Take your time, man. Like, I know obviously some of you might feel like, oh, you know, like, we're getting old, I need to get married in a couple years. We get, listen, but take time. Do you get coming from patience? No need to rush into things. Get me? What you saying? You still looking for?
Yeah. Just keep speaking.
But yeah, but you can come from, man. You guys take time, man. Cause I see a lot of people. How can I say? I feel like I see a lot of people. They feel the need to follow a lot of stuff they see on social media. Do you know coming from? Don't let social media pressure you into getting into a relationship. I don't ever feel like social media should pressure you into being someone you're not. Do you know coming from? If you're seeing all these goals and stuff like that on social media, yeah, that's cool. That's fun and games. You ain't coming from, but all these goals you're seeing, like, behind doors, they go through problems as well. You ain't coming from. They go through a lot of stuff. So don't look at these relationships and feel like, oh yeah, they're happy. Nah, through relationships, you're gonna have to go through the good times and the downfalls as well. You ain't coming from. So yeah, man.
There we go. Hold on. I've got it.
Alright, cool. Hit me up.
1 second. There we go. Hold on. I got it. It says, hold on. Let me translate it to a different one. Also, it's gonna sound like Shakespeare. Fam. You understand? The other one's like Shakespeare. Really. Hold on.
I-
Commit to where he established. Where is it?
you still haven't found it?
We'll get back to that while we're
Alright, cool. Find another
while
question
we're
aside.
talking.
Pick up another question.
Whilst we're still going, I'm gonna still go back to that.
Pick another question aside.
So another question is, has porn give a false perception of sex in relationship? Yeah,
I agree.
That's what I tell you all the time.
I agree in it because I feel like I feel like if you're someone that watches porn and
Yeah.
you see whatever's going on porn, boom, and then it's time for you to obviously maybe make love to your partner. It's like whatever you're seeing on porn, you're feeling like, raw, this is exactly what's gonna happen. Do you can come from when it's your turn, but it's not. More time, it's just there for entertainment. Do you can come from? Sometimes I feel like
When you watch this stuff, yeah.
listen,
Yeah, go on.
sometimes I feel like it don't go according to plan as well. Do you coming from?
Yeah.
And another thing as well, porn is very evil. Do you coming from?
Yeah.
People don't see it, but it's very spiritual. It's very
Okay, so
spiritual, and I feel like that can affect your relationship in many ways as well.
It knocks down your vibration. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For not knowing is real, it knocks your vibration to understand the lady. You understand?
Mhm.
When you watch that, you give a false deception of what is meant to happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? For example, a girl may want to please you, but you may, do you understand? Because you're too thinking, your eyes are thinking, below, you may be like, this is how the way I want to be. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you'll push her to not give her a great understanding in life.
It's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? So when she goes for her next person, her mouth will be, do you know what I'm saying? She may feel like she's become wise. Do you know what I'm saying? But now she's become a disaster for the next man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
She might not be still.
Yeah. She become a disaster for the next man.
No, it's true. It's true.
So hold on.
No, it's
I like when I talk about even on watching it. Do you know what I'm saying? You gotta remember at the end of the day, these are not real things. Like you see when you're there and you're sitting in front of the computer and that, you gotta remember like everyone's different. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't know who that person is. So like a spirit of which, you gotta remember everyone's got different spirits and everyone's got different understanding heads.
Bro.
So when a person's speaking to you through that phone, do you understand what I'm saying?
It's things like that. It's
Bruv,
spiritual.
you don't know who the heck
Exactly.
you don't know who that is.
That's exactly.
I promise you understand. And that opens portals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That person could have been a witch and speaking to you, and there you're getting drawn in. Do you know what I'm saying? A girl's mouth is so sweet.
Even
Do you know
things
what I'm
like
saying?
even
It would deceive you.
even the
Do you know what I'm
things
saying?
even the things you see on the video, things like that, it's spiritual. Do you come from? Because to you might feel like, oh, okay, this is an actor, but you don't know who that person is.
That person
Do you come
is.
from? And behind those type of industries as well, there's a lot of spiritual stuff.
There's a
There's
lot of stuff.
spiritual stuff. Do you
Do you know
come
what I'm
from?
saying?
You're basically watching people have sex naked,
Hypnotising
bro.
you.
You're getting sucked, and you're thinking, oh, you know, this is pleasure, but it can affect relationships. You coming from? I thought it can affect relationships, innit?
And one thing, you feel like, oh, maybe I need this to pleasure my man. Maybe I need this to do this, do that. But you gotta remember, at the end of the day, bro, everyone's different. I promise you. Sometimes we can only see flesh and skin. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you're seeing someone, a person could deceive you. You don't know what their mission is. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel like it opens doors for insecurity as well, you know.
Insecurity.
A girl's gonna feel like, you know what, I need to do what she's doing. Do you coming from? And if she can't do that, maybe
it
my
builds-
man might leave me. Do you
It
get
builds
me?
it builds insecurity for everyone in general, because a girl feels like, oh, I need to be sexy.
Yeah. Or
Even
I need
sex,
to have,
even-
big breasts.
And one
or
thing, like
big bum.
when they break out of that, even the word sexy, it has like a spirit with it. Do you know what I'm saying? It breaks you into a spirit where you start to tie up your hair, you start to put on makeup. Do you know what I'm saying? You start to talk with a loose tongue. Do you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff here. Do you know what I'm saying? All this stuff here, sometimes you may not understand what you're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? But after later on, it starts to build. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, it's true.
And
true.
she starts to become blind in what she's doing. But sometimes in life, it's not your fault the first time. But when you start to become aware what it's for, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's bad. The
Yeah.
first time it is bad, but the second time when you're aware of what you can do with it, like there's different things. Like sometimes there's different types of people. Do you know what I'm saying? There's like transparent people where people tend to test things out and be like, oh, okay, yo, cool, and they like to feel like they're good. There's people that There's girls out here in this world where they're evil and they know what they're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? They go for people with low self-esteem and they may feel like, oh, maybe I need a girl in life. And do you understand? They'll speak to you in a way, do you know what I'm saying? And they'll draw you in. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's true.
And there may be girls that their eyes open. Do you know what I'm saying? So they'll be the girls where they don't know how to channel themselves. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what they can do when they can see that your head is like, they can see that your head is they can see that your head is not in the right place. They can play with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You understand? So what they can do is play with you. For example, you may be a vibrant person. You may talk to people about everything. Do you know what I'm saying? And they sit in their corner. Do you know what I'm saying? So they can pick up everything that you want and make you feel like, oh, this is the right person. And what they can do is basically make you love them and break you. Do you know what I'm saying? They have the authority to break you and make you feel like you're meaningless and no one would ever know. Do you know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, and they could just run away because at the end of the day, it's the mouth. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you could be, do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes girls are not aware of the art of what it's meant to be used for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're not aware because there's so much things in life where sometimes you may feel like, oh, boys are bad, but you got to understand there's so much arts that you guys are picking up that is not meant to be for your art. That's why I tell you, look, sometimes learn the structure of your house. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what's going to keep you close. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what's going to keep you in a straight line. Do you know what I'm saying? But
no, it's true. What's another question if you get a chance?
do men know the difference between a high maintenance versus a high quality woman, and how does that help? And how does it have an effect in a relationship? I'm asking.
No, I don't think some boys know the difference still. I don't think some boys know the difference.
You know what high maintenance is?
Yeah, someone that has like kind of like, you could say maybe like high standards, innit?
Yeah.
Up to date with stuff, innit? High standards, innit?
But when you're being high maintenance, what are you being? What are you high maintenance for?
It could be for many reasons.
Like?
There could be many reasons. It could be you only go for certain guys. That you might go for certain guys. It could be your preference might be a guy that works, that has a good job, that's bringing good money.
Yeah.
You're coming from. It could be a guy that knows how to dress. It could be a guy that there's many reasons. There's many reasons, innit? There's many reasons. You got high standards you're coming from, so it's like you've got high expectations, innit?
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
High maintenance. So my high maintenance, like, how do you build high to be a high maintenance? It's like, for example, you may, build like have a career in something. You may build from that. Then you may feel like you have a high maintenance. You may go through, feel like, okay, I've learned sexual stuff and that may be high maintenance. For example, you may put on makeup today, tie up your hair and everything, and may feel like high maintenance. But all of this stuff is not even high maintenance. I put big promises to you, all of this stuff is not high maintenance. Because at the end of the day, when you have nothing, how do you feel? Do you understand what I'm saying? When life puts you on zero and it puts you with nothing, how do you feel? When you wake up in the morning within yourself, how do you feel? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, it's true.
It's all about how do you present yourself within yourself. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes we may feel like, oh, yo, this is me. But this is something that is given to you. Do you understand? There's a difference between me and it's given to you. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to be like that, but you don't know the art of that. What does it take to get to that? And when you want to get to that, you are no longer you. What is me?
That's the thing. What is me?
Me is the image of your mother and father. That is me. I am my dad. Do you know what I'm saying? I am the next guy in line to hold this structure. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me, I am the image of thing, and it goes down in the mirror. You are no longer me. That's why when your mum and dad speak to you, for example, and say, I know you, But for example, you went outside and you'd be like, oh, I don't know, you don't know me, bro. That's because that's just pure sins in your body. Or that's, for example, you built something that is not meant to be built and you no longer have the structure. Do you know what I'm saying? But when he says, I know you, it's like, you haven't understood yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? You've walked in this life and you're misunderstood, yeah? Even though you feel that you're understood. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're waiting for you to come back. You understand? Remove all the dirtiness within yourself. Allow it to be clean. Because when you say you don't know me, it's like you've picked the role to be an adult. Within this life, you can never be an adult. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're always going to be a kid. No matter how far you go. Appearance change, but within yourself, you have to have a heart of a kid. You have to have a heart of a kid, because that is when you're at your most purest. Do you know what I'm saying? That's when you most see stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? You cannot know nothing when you're an adult. Some people feel like that is an adult. Like pornography make you feel like that's adult stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? It'll make you sit with people with that stuff. But when you're a kid, you don't think like that. Do you know what I'm saying? What's the first thing you think of? You don't think of like putting on all of this stuff here, putting on the act for anybody. You walk cleanly. You walk straight. Do you know what I'm saying? You start looking at the people that are doing that stuff. It's like, oh, like, what the heck? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You start to look at them. Some people, like, you're not aware. When you're not still and you have all these arts here, like, it's like you're animal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, a girl comes there, she puts on her dress and everything, she's moving to you, you know what I'm saying? Like a snake, you know what I'm saying? She's slithering past. Do you know what I'm saying? She's coming through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How are you? You know what I'm saying? But all of these arts here, like, do you understand what I'm saying? It is not you. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That is something else. You will become you when you acknowledge that you are no longer you. Do you know what I'm saying? And you want to take off all of the art that you have within yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? And you'll become a kid again. Do you know what I'm saying? That is you.
What's your opinion on males having female friends?
Nah, man, I don't feel like... You see, in this life, I think this is where we get it wrong within life.
What's your input? Like, I want to hear your opinion. What do you think of that? Do you... Nah, like... Yes, do you think it's... Okay,
I don't feel like...
Okay, like... You can...
It's impossible. I personally think it's impossible.
It's impossible to have female friends while you're in a relationship.
It's impossible. To have a female as a friend...
Yeah. While you're in a relationship.
No, in general. It's impossible.
Why do you think it's impossible?
I don't feel like that's ever been possible in my life. You know what I'm saying? Personally, for me, I've never had a thing. You have to go to someone and... Like, how can I say it? Some boys are friends with females just to, like, hear what they got to say and to ease back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eavesdrop. If you're a man... Like me, I've never liked, brother, as a man, you're not meant to be sitting with girls. You know what I'm saying?
It's true, 100%.
You don't sit with girls. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like as well, as a man as well, if you have a lot of female friends, it opens up unnecessary doors.
Yeah.
It opens up unnecessary doors you're coming from. It opens up doors sometimes for drama, or sometimes you might seem to feel sometimes like these lots only come to me for boy problems. They don't come to me genuinely to see how I am and stuff.
Because a woman is not a man. A woman is still learning. But one thing, like a woman does foolish stuff. But what you need to understand is that sometimes in life where I've regretted, you need to listen to a woman because she makes many mistakes. Do you understand what I'm saying? In this life, they make many mistakes, but they won't tell you a lie. For example, if a man done them wrong, wouldn't they come to tell you that a man has done them wrong?
Yeah, 100%.
But back in the days, you'll be like, move from me, man. Move from me. Like, what's you know what I'm saying? Did you come entertain me?
It's like, when they come to you and tell you stuff, maybe what a guy has done, you sit down, you be like, okay, you know.
But it's not me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
A guy's done that, but it's like,
it's not me.
It gives you, you just sit down, you feel like, you know what, if that guy's doing that, I can't be like nothing like him. Do you come from? I got to be my own person.
But you got to learn how to treat women with respect. That's what I'm saying. You got to know how to be a man within yourself.
And this is why, bro, I feel like being able to respect a woman, I feel like it starts at home. Respecting your mum, respecting your siblings, respecting your aunties.
Father,
do you come? Obviously, you know your dad. Obviously, but females. But obviously, dad, bro, we all have. I got respect for my dad. I know you do as well. But females, especially females, because I feel like females play a big part in men's life. Do you coming from? As in, like mother figure. You're gonna obviously learn how to respect a female because it starts at home. Our mums have told us, you know, you have to respect a female all the time, regardless. You can't disrespect a female. Do you coming from? But nowadays, you see a lot of guys disrespecting females, and it's not good, bro. You know what? Let me ask you another question as well. Yeah. what's your opinion on a girl loving a guy more?
A girl loving a guy more.
So like you're in a relationship, but the girl loves the guy more, shows love more than compared to the guy. Do you feel like that opens up doors in a sense where the guy might feel like, you know what, let me take advantage of her because I know she's whipped on me, she loves me more?
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think anybody's aware of the arts that life gives you. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you don't know God, you give these arts, and you may not be able to know how to treat a girl. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you may look at stuff like structure's a very big thing, because you in this world you could be like, oh, I want a girl that can cook. A girl can cook, but you don't know the next bit of it. Oh, I want a girl that can make me laugh. You can make her laugh, but you don't know what this girl is. A girl with structure, you understand? For example, I learn a structure. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Therefore, I can learn how to walk. Now, when you learn how to walk, always treat a girl like your brothers, like I say, like a brother and sister. Do you understand? Because afterwards, when they come to speak to you, like in a way that may think, you close them down. Do you understand? But you show them a path. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Say,
this is how I walk. And a girl, if she's pleased, she will comfort the walk. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where you find a girl. Do you know what I'm saying? One thing in this life now, it's like, this is like from like generation, this is happening from like now. You got to remember from back in the days when we got put as slaves. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, especially in Africa, like we was like, we had, like, how can I say it? It's something that a white man's knocked off us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? We had meanings. We had discipline. We had all of this stuff. We learned how to treat. You understand? Many people were kings, so you will know how to treat a woman. When we've come down and they've knocked off our weaknesses in life, and they've put us on the boat, for example, and they've knocked it down, do you know what I'm saying? And then we had to come all the way to these places here. Do you know what I'm saying? It would have been to a point where we didn't know how to interact with people. How a white man will look at us different. The Asian man will look at us different. Someone else will look at us different. Do you know what I'm saying? So it had to be an art that made us as one. And the first thing art was sex. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why you go on the street and you speak to people. You don't even speak to people normally, bro. They'll just be talking to you about sex. Like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Do you know what I'm saying? All that stuff there. But do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what's happened in life. So one thing in life is also where we've been pushed in to do stuff that is bad habits. Many people, like for example, they would have been turning into, you see, gangster is like a sense of fear, something that's happened in life where you have to break out the rules to go do stuff. But it's a thing where even though the person went to go out to do bad, do you know what I'm saying? He'll prove himself as a good person. Do you know what I'm saying? So what that is like, don't worry, don't look at me, close your eyeballs. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't look at me, close your eyeballs, but I'm a good person. I'll cover you, I will treat you, I'll do you well. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Bro, listen, we're running out of time. But yeah, bro, yeah, running out of time. But yeah, man, that was literally the topic we wanted to speak about today, relationships. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are gonna learn from it. Do you know coming from? End of the day, you know, it's good to get advice from other people. Do you know coming from? It's just like I would always say, you know, just make sure if you're someone that wants to get into a relationship, just take time. Don't ever feel like you're pressured into getting into a relationship because of people around you, because of your friends. Do you come from? Just take time and make sure you focus on yourself. Make sure you also put God first as well. Do you come from? Just that's what I can really say in it. Hope you guys obviously enjoy the podcast. You coming from? If you guys want us to talk about different topics, then feel free to obviously message us. But yeah, man, that's us done for today. Do you have anything to say before we wrap up?
Nah, man.
Anything? just it's like small.
Yeah, so make sure you stay blessed. Yeah, don't stress, and we'll be back here to impress.
But that's it, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. But yeah, man, that's a wrap.